have you had your show going?
So we've had this going only a few weeks now. We've interviewed like 4 channels. We really wanted to be, a showcase for people with up-and-coming YouTube channels, and obviously somebody like you associated with, the Game Chasers. The Game Chasers are like, such an inspiration for us. Why we do this, why we stream, why we collect. So, but a lot of times we feature, smaller channels, under like 1,000 subs, just to kind of share the spotlight, and we'll like basically upload the interviews to a separate video and put, the person's channel in the description, just to kind of spread the word. But it's really kind of a love thing. Just share the spotlight with people and grow the community.
Well, right on. That's pretty cool.
And it goes for anything. It's not just game collecting. It's toys. It's anything retro. Like on my streams, like I'll play old toy commercials from the 80s and 90s as like commercial breaks. In between, when I'm playing games. Like yeah, definitely. So it's really a love thing, pure nostalgia for 80s and 90s. So tell me a little bit about Tim, about your console setup. What kind of consoles are you running? Whether they're retro or modern, or like, what's your setup like?
I have a PS3 in my living room and a PS4 in my bedroom. My Nintendo is still packed up. I just got through moving not too long ago, so I still got stuff in boxes and stuff. But my wife, she games, she's real big into rage quitting, so it's hard to play like a 2-player game. She'll end up raging out on me and stuff, and then 3 minutes later we're back playing again. So, but I guess standard, man. It's just PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. My Nintendo's in a box. And, yeah, just been doing that.
Now, as far as from your childhood... What's that? Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, as far as, like, from your childhood, now, did you save a lot of that stuff, or did it all kind of get donated?
As far as toys and stuff?
Yeah.
Or just anything.
Could be anything, games and toys.
We had a bunch of Star Wars figures that got lost in the move, my mom says. She probably threw them away. I ain't buying that. My G.I. Joe, sadly, once I got a little bit older and found out about firecrackers, I kind of exploded them, like all. We got like 8 black cats around the bellies of Shipwreck or whoever, and see what it would do to them, pretty much.
Right.
Which is terrible. Now it's like, by the time machine, I'd fucking smack myself, fucking tell myself to have some respect for those things, but I mean,
that's that phase. That's that phase we all went through as a teenager. You want to burn shit, break stuff,
Yeah. But as far as that, I mean, yeah, it's like I'm starting anew, Didn't have anything. Actually, I take that back. I have the G.I. Joe, the backpack that came with it. That's what I have as a child, or from my childhood. Right. That one backpack. So everything I've acquired, it has been gifted or thrift stores or garage sales, doubles. Like my brother, he'll have some doubles and stuff, and I don't really ask. I just like mine, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So
nice. Now, tell me a little bit about when you were growing up and you were playing games with Jay and stuff. What were the consoles you were playing? What was like the games you guys would get like kind of heated with? I remember seeing like when he's playing somebody in NBA Jam, he gets kind of into it. Was there a game you and Jay played that back in the day you guys would just get into it and just get heated?
Oh, dude, if it was a 2-player contest game, every game. Every game. I mean, that's just the way my family is, though. Hell, opening a bag of chips is a contest to us. But, yeah, I mean, it's just sports games. I'll flip my shit playing some old school Nintendo football or whatever because I don't know what he does to be able to intercept the ball so many fucking times, or I just get stomped like 100 and something to 0. You know, I'll be lucky if I score a touchdown.
Right.
FIFA, I'm pretty good at. FIFA soccer.
Right.
I'm pretty good at
on modern, on like PS4 or PS3.
Oh, I'd say like the PS3. I'm all right. But yeah, I mean, Jeopardy. We like playing Jeopardy. Jeopardy is a real good sport or a real good game that is a lot of competition.
I know one of the big ones for people is usually like Tecmo Bowl or Blades of Steel, games like that for sports.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really play sports with Jay because of that right there. Baseball, football, soccer, I can beat him. And Mario Lemieux hockey, I was able to beat him, but he just figured something out that now he's stomping me, you know. So it's an ongoing thing. I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm still not used to it. I guess it still pisses me off.
Gotcha. Now, not to get personal, but for your kids, do you try to get your kids into some of the old games, or are they into it, or they're not really feeling it? Are they like, you know, a lot of these kids today, they just want to play Candy Crush, or are they at an age yet that they can appreciate the old games, or no?
They are one's 2 and one's 3. So too young. Like, they like video games. Yeah, but like if I'm playing one, well then they're grabbing at the controller. You know, I try to give them an unplugged controller. That don't work. They know the difference.
Right.
So like we'll sit there and we'll let him hold my son will let him hold the controller while we're controlling it, but you know he's pressing buttons too at the same time. So he's going to be into video games. They both are. I already know they are. I don't even have to try to steer him in that direction. It's just how it's going to happen.
Now, how about as far as toys? Do you pass them down any of the old action figures, or are they just playing with their own kind of stuff?
No, my daughter, she will play with my He-Man. My son, I actually am trying to collect the whole series twice. One for me with the bio cards and whatnot, and just like loose figures, and I give them to my son to play. You know, those are his figures. You know,
right?
So he plays with them well. You know, he ain't breaking the dick piece off on them, trying to make them do splits or anything. So he knows how to handle a toy. Yeah.
That's good because, you know, Tim, the way they're making these toys today, it's not like the 80s and 90s. I mean, they're not as durable as they used to be. Like, you know, the fact that it's kind of a testament to the quality, isn't it? That all the Masters of the Universe and the G.I. Joes are still kicking because they made them well.
Oh, of course they did. And the only thing that really breaks on those things, and it's just going to happen, the deterioration of the bands, you know.
Right.
I mean, you can't stop that from happening. You know, it don't matter if you don't open a G.I. Joe figure; they will break in the box. You know, everything was a lot better back then. The cartoons, the commercials, the toys, the quality of the toy. Like a G.I. Joe figure, I mean that's the best articulated toy that you can have right there, you know?
Right.
I kind of think that they over-articulate the newer G.I. Joe toys with their ankles moving, their wrists moving, all that good stuff. You don't need all that, you know? The only thing that's good for is if you want to, like, pretend they stepped on the mines and just crumble them up. Yeah, I mean, then, you know, they got mind damage, but it's just too much, you know? It's simple as more, in my eyes.
Now, how about like for the vehicles and like the play sets for GI Joe? You trying to get any of those?
Shoot, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get everything that I had that I didn't have. I had this one base that like kind of folded in on itself, like the sides opened up, and then it was like two or three stories tall. But that one was cool. I think it was on wheels or something like that. But that I had as a kid. Yeah, now I got the. Let's see what I got here. I got the tank, the Joe tank. And
nice. You know the one I want to get is the I want to get the His tank, the one of the black ones.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get that. What is it? The Nighthawk, the black plane that comes with the smaller black plane.
Oh, like the Cobra Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's modeled after like a Nighthawk or something like that, or I think that's what the real plane is. It's modeled after. It's called. But yeah, I've always liked that one. I always thought that one was sleek and sexy looking, you know.
Oh yeah, I think that one gets up there too on eBay. I think that's like $150.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some of those it's crazy. You know what it is, Tim? Like, you familiar with that show, Toys That Made Us? On Netflix.
Yeah, pretty good show.
Yeah, that's really kind of almost, feels like double the collectors out there, because a lot of people saw that. See, a lot of people saw those episodes, and then they're like, shit, I got to get my collection back. I got to get my toys back. And, that drives the eBay prices up. That drives everything up, even flea markets. It's crazy.
No, you go, man.
What's that?
You go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. Like, a couple of months ago, I was at a garage sale, and they had some busted-ass Master Universe toys, and even some vintage Star Wars toys that were all chewed up and everything else. They wanted $20 a piece for them. And I was like, man, those things got sun damage, not worth $20 a piece,
Right.
Every one of their legs had been taken apart and put back together with some new bands. The Star Wars figures were literally chewed up, and they still had a $20 price tag on them. And I'm like, you want to come down? I guess because he seen that, or something to that, looked him up on eBay, and saw the price of them. He wasn't trying to budge from them. I'm like, well,
right.
We ain't gonna make a deal because it's too much.
See what people don't understand, these people that think their toys are worth what their weight in gold, it's like they're looking up on eBay and they're just going to whatever the highest price they see. That doesn't mean that they're going to get that. Those people asking that,
right? Or that's what it's selling for. Yeah.
Right, like people can price stuff whatever they want on eBay, but that doesn't mean people are going to pay it. And then, Joe Schmo who finds something in their attic wants to price it at the highest price that somebody's listed it on eBay. It's not how it works, It's like misinformed people out there. It's sad.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's horrible, It's comical, but at the same time, if they got a figure that you need or that you want, that's just nostalgic for you, that you can remember in the bathtub playing with them and shit, having all out bubble bath war with them, and they got a price tag of $50 on the damn thing. I mean, I'm not going to pay it, but there are people that will, and that's just sad that they're going to get raped on prices like that. It's bullshit. In my eyes, personally.
Now, when you're playing like a retro game, as far as you're concerned, does it matter to you to be, for you to be playing on an original console, original controller, or do you not mind, like, if there's, like, say, a PlayStation collection, right, like that you can play Genesis on a PlayStation? Does that bother you, or do you prefer to play on original hardware?
I do like original hardware. Like, I've had bad history with streaming videos. Like, I had the PS, was it Now or the PS Plus, where you can just stream whatever game you want to. and they always crap down on me and stuff like that. I'd rather play it with the original hardware, with the original game. You know, you stick it in. Some people say that there's a lag time from a old school TV to like a flat screen. I really don't care about that too much, but playing on original hardware with the game, there ain't going to be no skips, nothing like that. You know, you're going to be playing a game. So
yeah, I don't blame you. There's nothing like playing on an original console, the original controller, because as soon as you even do it with a different controller, just something feels off. You know, it's just not quite the same. What's funny is, you know, me and Brady, we both have our own solo channels, and you know, the easiest way for us to do it, because we do like I'll do like a free game request stream, so people just throw out games in the chat that they want to see, and you know, playing them for like 5-10 minutes. The easiest way to do it is on a Pi, for that. But like, you know, if I'm on my own, I do kind of prefer to have the original hardware. But it's just like, it's more of a convenience thing when you're streaming, just to have one device plugged in, and you can just jump system to system on these Pis today.
Okay, right on. Like, I don't really know much about that. I know Jay's setup. He uses EverDrive and a multi-switch to switch between the consoles. Like, I've never streamed by myself, so I wouldn't really know the technical part of that aspect. I just know what Jay uses, you know?
The Raspberry Pis are a good little single board computer that you can put a shit ton of games on and play a bunch of different consoles off of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tim, they
now I know
essentially,
what you're talking about.
they run emulators, you know, so it's like a mini computer.
Okay, yeah.
And then they'll run emulators for the systems, and then basically you'll take all the ROMs that you would have had on an EverDrive, and you'll put them on an SD card, and you'll stick it in the Pi, which is that mini computer with the emulators, and it'll run it just like you would be playing them off a PC.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically, but it's more just a convenience thing for streaming is all that is.
All right, right on.
Now, what do you think the future's going to be now, you know, with the changing, because you were saying you're a part of the convention stuff with Jake on a security end, which is funny because I actually work security myself. Now, how do you think that's going to kind of change the whole convention scene with this whole pandemic? You know, it's going to be different going to conventions in the future.
I hope it won't be, because the conventions that I have gone to, which is the Retropaloozas and stuff like that, it's a good atmosphere. It's a flowing atmosphere. Everyone has a good time. No one's worried about touching this or not touching that or giving people their 6 feet. You know, it's just good times, you know. And hell, first off, no convention going to be getting done until the lockdown's lifted, you know.
Right.
So they're happy with you know, over 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, 400 people, you know, 1,000 people being in the same area at the same time. So, like, I hope it doesn't affect it, but it's going to. I already know it's going to, you know. We're going to look like China with everyone with the face mask on, walking around buying groceries and shit. I mean, that's what we're looking like right now, but it's just fucked up and terrible that
it might be a matter of
gotten there, you know.
Right, it might be a matter of too that they got hand sanitizer, different spots all around the convention, just ways to, you know, just try to keep it more.
That's a pretty good idea.
Right now, I know that Jay has been talking a lot about and building up his actual physical arcade cabinet collection to open a barcade. Do you have any plans to do anything with him in that? Like, are you looking to maybe do any work with him on that, or not really? Kind of separate from that endeavor?
No, well, I mean, right now I've been helping to move and pick up arcades, put them in storage and whatnot. He's talked to me about maybe cooking or serving alcohol or watching the door or something like that. I wouldn't mind doing anything. I wouldn't mind working with him, for him. You know, he's a good boss. You know, just I know the way he is. He's a good boss, and he's fair, and it's you know, whatever he's thinking of doing or trying to do, he does, and he does it well, pretty much. You know, so the barcade, I don't think that's going to be an issue of being able to get done or working. It's going to work because he's in control over it. But I will try to. I don't want to say weasel my way into the barcade, either working for him or with him or whatever. But yeah, I do plan on having a presence in that.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was hoping you would say that. I was hoping you'd have a part in that. Now, who else is Melbourne going to have anything to do with that? Is Billy, or they kind of got their own thing going on?
Oh, I don't know. I just know what he's talked to me about. I don't know who else he has talked to or anything like that. I know he got a couple of people that are picking arcades up from different states, you know, like holding them for him so that he can go out and I guess make a run to the different states that they're in and pick a ball up in the one fell swoop. You know, majority of them anyways. But as far as who all he's trying or has gotten involved in it or whatever, I don't know.
Gotcha. Now, speaking of
arcade,
right. Speaking of arcades, say you're going into an arcade. You know, there's pinball machines, there's regular arcade cabinets. You got your arcade games that are kind of super old, like your Pac-Mans, your Galagas, and you got your fighting games, you got your beat 'em ups. Is there a specific type of arcade game that you gravitate towards, whether it's beat 'em ups or shooters or pinball, or what do you gravitate towards when you walk in an arcade?
Definitely pinball. I can play some pinball all day. Yeah, pinball's a great. Also partial to like the quarter pushers, where you drop some quarters down and then it's kind of like a gambling game. But I mean.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. And then they spill them out. The quarters spill out.
Yeah, out the bottom. Yeah. I like games like that. Pinballs are great. I love pinballs. The lights, the sounds, the everything about pinballs are awesome. I really enjoy those. Fighting games. I mean, Tekken. I really haven't gotten into Street Fighter, but Tekken's my strong point. So if there's a Tekken machine, yeah, I'm gonna challenge someone. That'd be a shooter. I like shooters. Other than that, I mean, like if I see a Pac-Man, I'm gonna jump on it and see what I can do. You know, I probably won't get that far or do that good, but I'm gonna enjoy myself. But all the newer machines and stuff like that.
I'm similar to you because I like playing pinballs if I see them in an arcade, simply because I have all those arcade games on my Pi. I can't experience pinball machines anywhere else but an arcade, so I go right to those two.
Right.
I think Arcade 1-Up is supposed to be coming out with virtual pinball machines.
Yeah, are you familiar with Arcade 1-Up, Tim?
Arcade 1-Up?
Yeah, they make like the cabinets. They sell arcades at Walmart.
Oh, the little small. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're not quite as tall as the real deal arcades, and it's kind of like it's like the game's kind of built into the monitor. Like they're not running all the wires that a really old arcade would run. It's kind of like a modernized
right arcade machine.
So they're gonna make like virtual pinball machines, is what Brady's talking about. So it'll be like you're looking down at a pinball machine, but it'll be a long screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but
it's not going to be the same.
Pinball on a PC, it's not going to be the same. I don't think it will be the same.
Exactly.
I'd still gravitate to the old school pinballs.
Oh,
I don't even think I would play a pinball game on that thing. Maybe once to try it, but other than that, I'm not partial to that at all.
Yeah, and I can tell you, speaking on that I've played they have on PS4. I know they've released like a Stern pinball, like where you can play them on on the console, and it's like fun for a couple of minutes, but it's not the same as it's not the same as playing the feel of a real pinball machine.
Right.
And the thing about pinball machines, I mean, they are really expensive if you start collecting those. They're even like double or triple what a lot of the arcades are a lot of times. Some of those pinball machines are worth big money.
Heavy as fuck, too.
Right. And they have so many working parts in those.
Yeah, I bet you'd be a pain in the ass to work on, or expensive to get fixed,
For sure. Now, you're saying for your game setup, like you got like a PS4, a PS3. Do you have like a space in your house that is like kind of like a game room setup, or it's just you have it set up in your living room, like when you're playing games? I know you said your wife plays too with you. Is it just like in your living room you set up?
Yeah, my PS3 is in the living room. My PS4 is in my bedroom. Hell, I wish I had enough stuff to have to fill a whole game room. That'd be badass, but
right.
nah. My main thing is more of collecting toys and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Like if I ever come across a little Samson or some shit, I'm not gonna get it to play. I'm gonna get it to resell so I can buy more toys. I mean, plain and simple.
Right. Yeah. See, I'm totally 50-50. Like I started as a video game collector, and I definitely moved into like the past 4 years has just been all toys for me. So I hear what you mean. Like,
yeah. What's your what lines do you like? What lines are your favorite?
My main lines are definitely Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love Real Ghostbusters, and then probably 3 and 4 would be like Masters in the Universe, and I like Thundercats a lot. I really think those kind of go hand in hand to me. Something about Masters in the Universe and Thundercats, they kind of occupy that some kind of common ground. Just the quality in the sculpt, and I love both of those lines. I'm trying to think what else. I love like weirder, smaller lines. Like I like the Bucky O'Hare line, the Toxic Crusaders. You remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like funnier stuff, like littler stuff like that too. I kind of enjoy those kind of lines.
The McDonald's toys lines.
Oh yeah, McDonald's toys, or you know what I love is Toy Biz X-Men. Remember those, Tim, from like the animated series? And then they had the Toy Biz X-Men. They would have like it really had really good card art, like right out of the comic. Like
okay.
That like they had like they would put out like 7 different like Wolverine versions. It was crazy. This was like early 90s.
So like the Weapon X Wolverine, and then like
exactly.
Standard Wolverine figure, and then just different outfits and stuff, different variants of them.
Exactly. Yeah, you're thinking about Toy Biz. Those are the ones that were out in the early 90s, and they're like 5-6 inch figures. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had the Weapon X Wolverine. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, with the helmet. He's got like the helmet on, all the wires coming out of him. Yeah. Now, do you have like a favorite superhero? Speaking of Wolverine, that's definitely one of my top ones. I like Spider-Man too. Punisher. What are like some of your favorite superheroes?
Like I like super villains, like Apocalypse. I've always gravitated towards the bad guys. Maybe that's because playing G.I. Joes, he was always the good guys. He was always the Joes. So I had to be the bad guys, and I gravitate more towards the villains and stuff like that. But Apocalypse, he's one of my favorites. Archangel, when he was bad, I could get down with him. I like Wolverine. I like Wolverine. Wolverine's good.
How about like Magneto or like Venom or?
I always liked the way Venom looked. The open jaw. I thought that was pretty sick. You know, that whenever I first got turned on to Venom, I was like, oh hell, you know. Like I was pretty wicked.
I always thought it was cool, like the big Sentinels. You know, the Sentinels in X-Men, the huge robots.
Yeah.
I always thought it was awesome when they would fight those. Just the scale of those to the cartoon was really cool.
That and it really gave them a chance to just rip them apart. You know, just totally destroy them. They ain't gonna do that with the character. You know, they couldn't. They wouldn't be able to get away with it. But yeah, if Wolverine would pop through that thing and just take his head off, you know, or Cyclops would just rip the motherfucker in half, you know. So I like the freedom that the journal or the artists and stuff could have with the Sentinels.
Absolutely. Now, did you have like a favorite? If you're looking back now on like your favorite cartoons, now would you go to G.I. Joe as one of your favorites, or were there other cartoons that you really loved? Like X-Men animated series for me, I can remember taping that shit on VHS. That's how much I love that. Was there like a show you loved so much, a cartoon, that you were taping that, or you had to catch each episode?
Well, I mean, with G.I. Joe's, He-Man, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I'm my ass is glued to the damn the TV screen, you know. Ronin Warriors. I was a little bit older whenever I got turned on to those, but one that I do remember just loving was David the Gnome.
I remember that.
I don't know if you guys know what that is, but yeah. I mean, that was my. I mean, along with G.I. Joe's and He-Man and Thundercats and Voltron, stuff like that goes without saying. Transformers, but yeah, you ain't messing with me if I'm watching David the Gnome. Like, you better leave me alone for 20 minutes and let me enjoy myself.
Now, what were like those big ogres that would come after David the Gnome in the forest? Like, they were like these big beasts. Like, what were those guys?
Yeah, like
called?
Trolls. I think they're just trolls. Yeah, they would turn to stone in the sunlight, and there's one episode where, and that's the only way David the Gnome. They're arguing over how to cook him, and they argued so much that the sun came up, and that's the way David the Gnome escaped. You know, but I think they're just trolls.
Right. I can remember I can remember that theme song too. Like, I remember it was a very memorable theme song to David the Gnome. And the animation was good. And if I remember right, I think it was the dad from Happy Days that did the David the Gnome voice. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was that dad from Happy Days.
I have to look that up now. Hell. I like Google.
Yeah.
I like Google searching and shit. I'm a fucking self-proclaimed private eye whenever it comes to that. I'm definitely gonna have to look that up. Like, once I hang up with you, I'm gonna look that up.
And guys in chat, we'll have chat do that. Anybody in chat, do us a favor that's listening, okay? Look up David the Gnome and tell us who did the voice and what the guy's name from Happy Days was, the father. See if you guys can look that up. They're good at that. They'll let us know in chat. Yeah, David the Gnome was classic. Was there any other ones that say like another cartoon came on that if it came on today you'd be like, fuck it, I gotta watch this?
Besides the obvious ones, Fraggle Rock. That's not a cartoon, but I mean it's something that I would watch. Let me see, Brave Star. Can't find any Brave Star anywhere. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I mean, all the other ones are just a given, you know. Like, actually, me and my son, we've Tubi. It's an app on. I mean, you can download it. It's a free app, but they have original G.I. Joe and Cops episodes. You remember the animated series Cops? With Mr. Meaner and Long Arm and shit.
I do.
Yeah, they have those cartoons. But me and my son, we've been watching the G.I. Joes. So we're on the first season right now.
Nice. I feel like for that cop series, I had like some kind of robotic dog. I had like a siren. It was really. I have some memory of that. And then remember, there's the one that was like Police Academy. Remember that? And they had a toy line.
Yeah. The Police Academy toy line.
Yeah, that was kind of
they
random.
got some of those.
Was that spawned off the movie that they made, a Police Academy cartoon?
I would think it would be. Like I would assume that it had to be because when was Police Academy? Like early '80s?
Yeah.
You know, maybe late like '79, but like definitely early '80s. You know, I love those things too. Shit.
Okay, so the chat is answered.
I used to watch those all the time.
So the chat is answered, and it's Tom Bosley was the father from Happy Days, the father of Richie, I believe, with Richie Cunningham.
Yeah.
So like
Richie Cunningham.
So like Ron Howard's dad on the show, that guy did the voice of David the Gnome.
Did he?
Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Yeah.
That was good. That's some good ears right there. You know, that's really cool. You know, now that you say it sounds like him. Yeah, now that you say that, I can definitely hear the voice. You know.
Right.
That's a good one. Kudos on that. Kudos.
That's like such a dream job to me, to be that they, you know, and the thing is they usually pick somebody already famous to do those cartoon voices, but I swear I would kill to be able to, if they told me like my job was to get up and do like a cartoon voice, oh man, that would be like my dream job, honestly.
Like voice acting and shit. That'd be badass, dude. You wouldn't even have to put clothes on to do that shit.
I know, you can go in your pajamas.
Ryan, you could do a good Michelangelo.
What's that?
You could do a good Michelangelo. Ninja Turtles.
I can't do any of those voices.
Oh.
I've got mine's kind of limited. I can do like an Arnold. I can do like a Chinese guy voice.
Let's hear it.
A Scarface. Brady, I feel so sorry for you. Why you know? Talk so much in this interview. Brady, why you know? Ask him a question.
I'm being too busy being a drunk.
That's pretty good.
I always do the classic. Tim, you remember Menace to Society? They go in the convenience store, and the old Chinese lady, she's watching them, and she says, "Hurry up and buy." When they're looking at the liquor and stuff, she says, "Hurry up and buy." And then they get to the counter, and the store owner goes to them. They're kind of like hoodlums. He goes, "We don't want no trouble." And as they're leaving, it pisses them off. What pisses them off and why they shoot up the place, the guy goes, "I feel sorry for your mother." And then they just shoot up the place.
Yeah,
that's
I remember
the one that always comes to mind that I do.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, dude. Asian accents are hard to pull off. Like me, I can't do accents. I can't do accents at all. The Dongo, he can do a pretty good Japanese accent. He can do accents. He got the good repertoire in his voice acting or whatnot. So I can't do any impressions or anything
But
like
it's
that.
my Tim, not Tim though. As my memory serves, I remember you reciting a certain line from The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I had fun that night, dude. That was just fucking hilarious.
That was great.
I mean, like those impressions I did were not on point. They were just the same line, just very, very terribly done.
It was great.
That was funny, though.
I don't know why it was so funny. Maybe I was so bad at the accents, everyone was laughing their ass off with me trying to pull a double Lugosi or whatever. You know? I don't know. It was fun.
Dude, I was crying that night. I was laughing so hard.
Give me the keys.
So was I. I was having fucking a blast.
We got to get it just one time, Tim. Just give us one. Give me the keys. Swears.
Oh, he's like, all right, then you got Benito del Toro. He's like, give me kid, the cocksucker. And they started laughing and shit. And in that movie that he farted, that's why he smacked him and he smacked him back. So they're like, number 4, he's like, give me the keys, you cocksucker motherfucker.
Yes.
It makes me want to rewatch that movie now.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. They're talking about mind being blown at the end.
Kevin Spacey.
Love it. Yeah.
The Kaiser Soze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's just like that, you know, there's something about that mid-90s, everything was kind of like, had that Pulp Fiction vibe, you know? Like there's Usual Suspects, Pulp Fiction, you know, it's like that Quentin Tarantino style, like a lot of the movies were taking that.
Yeah, for sure. And they were, I mean, The Usual Suspects was done right. You know,
Absolutely.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Well, it was done right. I like Reservoir Dogs too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's when Quentin Tarantino came on the scene. I mean, it was a whole new way of doing things, you know. But yeah.
Now, as far as PS4, I know you said you have that in your bedroom. Is there any newer games you picked up recently, or just any you still been playing from a year or two ago?
When I got my PS4, it came with it was the Uncharted version of it, Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Love that game. Like, I beat it. I'm seriously, like, I'm not a big platinum like my brother. I'm not even really like a trophy person. You know, if I play through the game and I get trophies, cool. I don't know what trophies I got, but that would be a game where if I were to platinum the game, that one would be probably the first one that I would do. Just because I liked it. It was done well. The action scenes were great. There was just a lot of stuff you can do in it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good action adventure game for sure.
Is that on Xbox One?
What's that?
Is Uncharted on Xbox One?
No, that's PlayStation exclusive.
All right. Sorry, I'm being a dumbass.
I guess to wrap it up, Tim, and thanks again for doing this. What are your plans for when the Game Chasers movie's done? Anything for like a premiere, or you guys gonna do anything to celebrate that, or have like a premiere party? For that?
I don't know, but I guarantee you, wherever it's gonna be playing in the theaters at, I'm going to the premiere.
Right.
You know, I just
got you.
Kind of am mad that I wasn't able to. My schedule wasn't able to get free. What's up, Boo Boo Bear? Yeah. I wasn't able to get freed up, you know, enough to film. What's going on? What's that? How did you take, son? Yeah. Go to the living room. Right. But yeah, I mean, whatever they're planning on doing with it, I mean, I'm should hopefully can have enough time off or whatever, or my schedule ain't conflicted to be right there in it.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, man. I really hope that I hope big things happen. I hope like some kind of streaming thing picks that up, so it can get to a really wide audience. I really hope all that stuff happens, because it looks like it's gonna be awesome from the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways,
whenever they first came out, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
Say what you're saying. Whenever they first came out.
Yeah, on YouTube. I mean, just their production value alone was ahead of the game. Like they've always strived to go that one step further, to be that one step better. The production value, I guess just the shenanigans come natural, but I know it's going to be a good movie, just because I know the guys, so.
And I know I can speak for Brady too, in saying that the Game Chasers, the show is so good, Tim, that one of the only shows I can say on YouTube I've ever seen that I rewatched all the seasons. Now,
Absolutely.
the only other show I can say that about is Angry Video Game Nerd. It's the only one I've really went back, and that's just a testament to how good it is, and how good, you know, just the work put into it, that I can go back and rewatch that like it's a fucking sitcom. You know what I mean? Like that's the a testament to the quality of it. So
I only come in Jay's streams now to see Tim. Yeah.
yeah, and we're gonna get we're gonna make sure everybody in chat here is subbed to both the Shady J channel and Game Chasers Tim. So for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
And and I mean, thanks again. I really appreciate it, Tim. And we're gonna upload. You know, we do a long stream every night, but we're gonna upload this interview and put it on its own video on the channel by tomorrow. So, thanks again for your time, man. And good luck on
no problem.
Thank you tonight. Absolutely, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You guys popping in?
Take care, Tim, man. Pleasure having you here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tim. Take care.
Hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all for inviting me. I've enjoyed myself.
Nice.
Appreciate it, brother. Later.
All right, later.